If you're watching this video, you may have just received WealthStep advice regarding savings and nest egg amounts and may have felt like you saw a big number. Let's talk about why you should start now, even if that goal seems big, because goals are much more achievable than many people think for a couple of key reasons. We'll talk about a few of these subjects, including why inflation matters, why you should pay yourself first, the fact that living longer requires more money, why savings add up so much more quickly if you do it right, the government match or tax-deferred savings, and a couple other subjects. And you are amazing. You have the power to do many more things than you might believe currently, and with the right plan and support, you can achieve your goals. So, key first item, pay yourself first. When you earn an income, one of the best things you can do is set aside the right amount to save before you determine where you're going to spend the rest of your money on rent and food and entertainment and other items. Make sure that you're taking care of your future self as well as your current self. When you do that, you'll be amazed at how your future financial flexibility and financial independence grows. It's also important to consider increasing your savings when you get a raise or a bonus before that new money is also dedicated to fixed expenses other than saving for the future. Also, consider updating your savings rate periodically as your spending goals change for retirement, because as your life shifts and evolves, your goals and spending needs may shift as well. So revisit the WealthStep spending and planning tool to help get help in that regard. People are living longer and longer. There's a 25% chance that someone who is currently 65 will live beyond the age of 92 to 97, depending on whether you're male, female, or married. So get ready for a long life, and saving appropriately is the best way to make sure that that's a long, happy life, both personally and financially. It's also critical to understand the power of compounding. When you pay yourself first, you are building your future, and the sooner you start that, the more that snowball effect, that positive compounding effect takes place. For someone who's age 25, saving $5,300 and using WealthStep's life stage portfolio approach over time, by the time you reach 65, it's estimated that you would have about $1 million. If you're seeking $2 million, follow that same approach and double your savings to about $10.6 thousand. For someone who's 40, however, if you have not saved until then and you save that same amount, $5,300, it's expected if you use the life stage investing approach, you would only have approximately $300,000 at age 65. There's a big difference then because of the power of compounding. By waiting 15 years, you save $80,000 less into your retirement account, but you lose the benefit of almost $700,000 of compounding over the life of that account up to age 65. If you wait until age 55, it's even more challenging because there's less time until you retire, less time to save, and less time for that money to grow. There's also what we like to call the government match. When you save money into a 401k plan, if it's a traditional 401k or IRA, you put your money into that account before you are taxed. So you do not pay tax on that money until you spend it in retirement, which allows you to put more money into your account now, which allows more money to grow faster. So someone who has $50,000 in income currently, pre-tax monthly paycheck, without a contribution to a 401k, for example, or other retirement account would be about $4,200. If one were to put in $10,000 into the 401k or other retirement account, that would be about $417. And your paycheck, when you do that, is only reduced by $259, not the full $417 you put in. That means you are able to put in an additional $158 or 38% more because of that tax deferral. Now, if you have a match, this number gets even bigger because the company that you work for might be contributing something to your account as well. Oftentimes you have to save in order to capture that match. So don't throw that away, because each year that passes, you can't go back to prior years and get that match. So there's also tax savings on that match because you don't pay tax on that money either as it goes in. And if you combine all those things, the company match plus this government quote unquote match, that's a powerful combination, and your money will end up growing faster than you think. So those are the key reasons to start now. And if you watch the full education video by WealthStep, you'll see information on pitfalls regarding saving and investing, typical statistics about how much people have right now in advance of retirement. That can be quite sobering. You want to avoid some of those challenges. How much it typically costs and health costs in retirement, and a few facts and information on Social Security. We'll talk about how to avoid emotional investing and what the typical emotional investing patterns are, as well as what the typical consequences are, and real studies that show how much less people end up with in terms of dollars in return when they are emotional investors rather than disciplined investors. This makes a big impact on your long-term results. We'll also talk about how there's a benefit to market volatility, and even large market drops, while uncomfortable, can be helpful in the long run if you are a disciplined saver and investor, and if you have been using WealthStep life stage investing from the beginning and or moving forward. We talk about key risks and how market volatility is actually the only risk that rewards you in the long run, and it's important to shift the type of risk you have as you progress through your years and towards and through retirement. So aim, save, invest, and spend. Do them all wisely. WealthStep will help you figure out those numbers and figure out what an appropriate portfolio might be for each life stage. And you can do amazing things for yourself. It's simpler than many people think. And follow WealthStep Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube pages to get tips and videos to help you along that path. Best of luck. Aim, save, invest, and spend. And you'll be one step closer to the financial independence that you're seeking.